Just like that.
Just like that.
Just Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
My mic sound nice, Mr. Edmond.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangster.
Baby.
And if you don't know,
now you know. But the thing that you might not know.
Yeah, what you didn't know is
the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by the host, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carafesta Radio, 99 Gems, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. It's Freestyle Friday, y'all.
It's all good in the hood.
Oh no,
it's all good in the hood.
Got like some in studio sound.
Yeah, I think I like it. I think I like it.
You like it? Yeah.
How you doing, Q? Hey, everything all right with you?
I don't like it.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
You don't like it?
Oh Lord.
You don't like it? You got headphones.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. Oh, they work though.
What?
The headphones work.
Okay.
Hey man, big shouts out to 99 Gems, Carafesta Radio.
Yeah, they work.
The bird.
Yeah, put on your headphones so you can hear what I hear.
We gotta get some Lysol and stuff in here too.
Yeah, we need some because
Yeah,
need to be disinfected.
Yeah, because it's something going around, still going around. I feel good though.
They say it's a new. They say it's a new flu. They say it's a new
That's
flu.
what they say. I think it's chemtrails. They poisoning us, man. They
hold on. That's controversial now. Hold on.
Something on us, man. Y'all see that stuff? You see them flying?
And it's a lot of planes at night.
Yeah,
it's a lot. You hear them?
They spraying us with something.
I think so.
What about the drones?
Yeah.
All the above.
All of the above. Yeah. All of the above. They trying to kill us, man.
I know. I
protect your health. Well, you gotta protect your health.
No, for real.
If they going to other countries and putting sound to, I imagine what they're doing over here.
This the depopulation agenda is the real thing, man. They got memos and documents saying that there was too many people and they had to get rid of some of it.
I don't know if I'm that controversial of a conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
You are, but if we wouldn't have said it first, you would have hopped on it. No, I'm not doing this with you this morning.
I don't know if I really
I don't know if I updated my subscription yet.
Man.
No. The only reason why you ain't got it today is because me and Brother John said it
You
first.
heard it in first, right?
If we would have been on the other side of that argument. Oh,
Here comes the square peg in the round hole.
yeah.
I done found the square peg, y'all.
Square peg, y'all. I found a way to put it in.
You know, it's so funny. Okay, because it's Freestyle Friday. I'll call Mr. Edmond. I'll be ready, right?
Yeah,
And because me and him done talked about stuff.
yeah,
And I'm like, okay, he gonna feel me on this.
yeah.
And I said, and mind you, we will be on the same page. Like he done said it. But as soon as I give like, oh yeah, no, not really though.
Like you don't remember.
Hey, yeah, she like, what? She like, what are you talking about? No, we done talked about this. You ain't gonna do this.
I have to do that. And then he'll say it, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the twin in him, the Gemini in him,
Yeah.
will not let him succeed to anything.
Princess was good.
He has to be on the opposite end. I'm telling you,
No,
I
I
done
don't
came
be
to-
doing it on purpose. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I don't. I just think different.
Yeah.
And I think about the same things differently.
Yeah. I mean, I got a way that I do that.
Yeah. You like that?
I got a way that I'm good at looking at both sides.
Oh,
I
you know what
am
it's called?
too.
Yeah.
It's a term. It's
Yeah.
called contradiction tension,
Okay.
right? For us,
Mhm.
contradictions are not something we really like, and we really kind of despise contradictions.
Mhm.
But contradiction tension helps get to the right solution to social and personal problems.
Okay.
Contradiction tension is opposite sides rubbing against each other to get the diamond out. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that so how we usually say it is people be in a bubble.
Okay.
They have no contradiction tension in their lives or in their operation.
That's
So
the ball.
that's the bubble.
Okay.
But once you have contradiction tension and a healthy contradiction tension, right, it helps you refine and define yourself and the things around you.
So that means that there could be some unhealthy contradiction tension.
I mean, everything is unhealthy at the wrong proportions.
Okay.
So
yeah, too much anything
poison
no
is
good.
yes, thank you. That's
Yeah,
poison.
too much anything.
Yeah.
Is no good.
Yeah.
So speaking of contradictions, I saw a report that said crime is down in St. Pete.
Ooh,
Crime is down.
the police ain't down. The police. Let me stop.
The crime is down in St.
Let me
Pete.
sit down. I'm gonna sit down for this one, dog.
You got to sit down.
Yeah, I'm sitting down
All right, let me keep this thing up.
because I ain't gonna get up.
So they said crime is down in St. Pete. There was a recent report that came out.
Yes.
The numbers they're saying are historically low crime figures. And so there was let me see if I can show y'all that. So yeah, they had this chart that they put up that was saying, according to St. Pete Police, 2025 recorded the lowest number of homicides since 1967, something the city hasn't seen in nearly 60 years. Police Chief Anthony Holloway credits a mix of officers and detective work, new crime fighting technology, and then community cooperation as some of the contributing factors. If we're looking at the numbers in plain language, when we talk about 2025 versus 5-year averages, homicides, there was 10 homicides in 2025, and the 5-year average was 18. 175 robberies with the 5-year average of 224. Auto thefts, which was big at one point, 406 auto thefts with a 5-year average of 735. So that's down 29%. And then fatal crashes, they only had 24, down from 35 in 2024, which was a 31% decrease. The bottom line is saying violent crime, property crimes, and traffic fatalities are all down. So it's definitely good news and deserves recognition, but it's also important, y'all, for us to find out how y'all feeling. Do you feel safe?
I want to say before I answer that, I want to say thank you to the St. Pete Police Department,
Okay.
the administration, right? Good job. And now since we have historically low crime, now
Good morning, Tiffany.
we have the opportunity to do some transformational work, right? With that loss and drop in crime, we can focus on prevention, right? Because traditionally policing is catch you when it's done,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Reactionary.
Yes, that's pretty much cops and robbers.
Yeah.
And since we have this amazing opportunity with this historically low crime rate,
Mm-hmm.
let's do some transformational things. Let's explore some things. The police budget is 30, 40. Well, the public safety budget
Yeah.
is 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever percent of the budget going to be this year. And I think this is a chance for the chief to use some of those unrestricted or less restricted dollars
Mhm.
in some transformational ways. Let's do some things that, we couldn't do when the crime rate was 28 murders or 18 murders.
Right.
Let's do some of the things that we couldn't do when it was 35 crashes instead of 24. And I think that's the opportunity that 26 offers us,
Right.
because at times I don't feel safer. At times I feel that I can't feel that the crime is down, right? I can't feel it because honestly, they policing us more.
Mhm.
They're policing us harsher, right? The tone, right? I ain't gonna say quote unquote harsher, but the tone and tenor of the officers,
Yeah.
right? I'm not sure they're happy with their leadership, no matter if y'all doing a good job or not, inclusive or exclusive. Something ain't right.
Maybe they're telling them not to go so hard.
I don't know.
You know
I
what I
don't know.
mean?
That's
So
why I said
you're
that
looking
right.
at it like, so I mean, I don't know. I will tell you this is that I've lived here all my life, and I will personally say I've always felt safe.
Yeah.
Let me say that. Like I've never
Yeah, I was like,
like I've been
like I do.
like I lived it.
You
Like
just
I,
on the other side of everything.
no, but I'm just saying, like I've always felt safe.
I hear that though.
You know
hear
what I
you.
mean? And I'm not saying that there hasn't been moments that
But
there
you're
wasn't
right.
that I didn't feel like a violation has happened and all that other stuff. Cause like I don't live in this perfect bubble. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, y'all take like my dad was in the streets. I done woke up to my car the car on fire. Like, listen, we done had
Car
some,
bombings.
no, we done had some movie-ish happen to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I'm telling you, like I've never like felt unsafe in my city.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let
I was
me.
thinking about
Wow.
that
Wow.
too. I thought about that too. Like I can't remember recently not feeling safe. Like, and then even when I started thinking back to when I was in the streets, that's when I didn't feel safe because just the activities
Mhm.
had some hazards that came with it that made me not feel safe. But when I got saved and changed my
Mhm.
life, like I never really worried about people doing
My-
that.
But people feel unsafe.
And then no, this is people. But my lived experience is what it was. I remember. So you probably heard me tell this story before about when we moved into Blue Nile, the 2020 apartments. Like the Muslims, we had a contract to do security, and so like our whole family moved over there. We had like 4 or 5 members of the mosque family.
Embedded. That's what they call embedding
Embedded,
yourself
bro.
into. Ooh,
Yeah. We was embedded, and I'm talking about it was rough.
wow.
But we didn't feel unsafe. So much so that we took a trip. We went out of town and left our windows open. And when we came back, like nothing was wrong. The house nobody came into our, but then moved in Gulfport, had everything locked down, secure, and somebody broke in our house. And so the area where you would think that you
They wouldn't break in.
that's
You're the
what
target.
we was a target.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like these people ain't moving into our neighborhood because they scared,
Yeah. That's right.
right?
That's
Just
right.
let's be honest. The gentrification rate the way it is because we really ain't messing with people.
Yeah.
It's things that go on. It's crimes of opportunity because that's really what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's really what I want to shine a light on. That's why I said, since we had this opportunity, we can kind of circle this crime of
How we
opportunity.
make it better? How
Yeah.
did we keep it? How did we
Crime
make
of
it?
opportunity. That's
Yeah.
what the cars was.
Yeah, that's what they said.
It was crime. And really, that's what a whole bunch of the dope game is.
Yeah, it's opportunity.
It's an opportunity crime, but it's looked at a certain way. If it was a whole bunch of white boys selling dope in the streets, they would have a program to give them opportunity
Mhm.
in a robust way. because it's us, they have a program for us too, and it's called prison.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's not the same, and that's what I'm saying. Since we have,
we have
the opportunity,
yeah,
right? Because we got this opportunity in more ways than one. I ain't gonna talk about all the opportunities and all the ways, because that'll dim the light of what I'm trying to get across.
Mhm.
But I will say this is an opportunity like no other.
Yeah.
Let's seize this opportunity. This is what life about. Because you might not get it next year. See, it might get crunk.
Right.
See, some things might happen this year that may change all these numbers. But what we can do, since we got these numbers now,
Right.
we can start making, some real aggressive or transformational plans.
They're saying good morning. Twin Flame say a lot of crimes they don't post or report.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was gonna talk about the curving of the numbers, but I ain't gonna do that. Cause see, I decided see this twin Gemini walked in today.
Mhm.
So my other twin Gemini, I have a whole dissertation about these numbers.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments if you want to see it.
No,
Put it in the comments if you want to see it. If you want to see it,
Put
put it in the comments. I'm gonna give you the other side of what I can come with. Yeah. We talking specifically about the data and specifics.
Yeah.
If y'all tell me y'all want me to do it,
well, I
do
will
it.
say kudos for the crime rate to being down, and then I'll say kudos to the programs that's working it. The Friday nights done right during the summers, right? You know what? So I'm gonna say that. No, not for the say. So
See, I'm
look,
glad I didn't go on.
so look, you got the Friday nights done right. You
Yeah.
have all the stuff that Child's Park do
Yeah.
during out the year to give people something else to do.
You got me.
You have
Right.
You got your story 727.
Ooh.
You have Keyshawn Corner.
Ooh.
Like there's so many people and advocates in this community that's
Come with
fighting.
it.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this time to say kudos to people who think right that do not that think that like your voice ain't being heard and that you're not making an impact in this community. You are big or small, you see it in the numbers.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen, I thank you so much.
Yeah. And yeah, your
thank you so
Robinsons with right, you got St. Pete
Kidpreneur.
Strong
You got
that
Kidpreneur.
comes in that like there's a lot of stuff that's right. There's a lot of stuff, that's happening, and that you're making these small. John Bailey, which you know what I mean, inside of that, So there's a lot of people touching things all the way around,
Man,
so that helps you. You have
there's people feeding people big shots.
the hub.
Romeo,
Let's go
big
back to
shots
the
at
hub.
Big shot. Hey, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you. See, I'm glad I ain't take off. The offer still stands. I take off soon as the break over with. But in the meantime, thank you. Yes, we taxing it. Just give me the clearance. Listen, but Q, thank you, dog.
Yeah.
For real, because I ain't even know what I'm saying. I ain't even dig into the stats in that manner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you open up a whole nother pathway in my brain, and it's a lot of thank yous that need to go out with these crime numbers, even the hustlers, even the little goombas that was finna break in your house and said, "Nah, dog, let's just go on and go to the mall."
You could thank a
You know
lot
what
of
I'm
people
saying?
just by getting people focused and organizing them and giving them a mission.
The stores that didn't call
Right.
the police and just let the man leave.
Yeah.
That little
Or
time.
the
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Some of y'all
or
do that.
even the Black Mafia. I mean the
Black Money Movement.
Yeah, because like
The Black Mob.
No,
Go ahead and say it.
I'm gonna
Okay,
say.
Black Money
But there
Movement.
is, and there's so many other people that we can thank. So, like, if you're
Yes.
doing something in this
Put it in the
community, put it in the
chat.
comment
Yes,
or give
thank
us a
y'all,
call,
man.
727-637-2416.
This is celebration
Because
moment. I got
this
some
is,
champagne.
we could go
Hey, I got some
We
champagne.
can-
It's a
we
celebration
can
moment.
go,
We gonna go to
LA Keys.
Yeah.
You know what I
Man,
mean?
big
Yeah.
shots out to LA. Big
Right.
shots out to the NAACP. Big shots out to
Hello.
JJ. Big
Call
shots
and
out
introduce
to
yourself.
Nathan Tupu son.
Hey, greetings, everybody. Greetings, y'all. This is Eric Jackson, Store 727.
Sorry.
DJ, what's good? We're talking about crime being down in St. Pete, man, and we just recognize those who made a contribution to that effort.
And we had to shout y'all out. Go ahead.
Oh man, I had to get off the. I was on it with y'all, and what was so interesting, Brother John.
Oh man, you went out.
You went out.
No, are y'all there?
Yeah, we're
There
here.
you go.
What was so interesting?
Okay, what's so interesting? Your stats, the 5-year stats that we got. And then Q, you named a list of organizations. A lot of those organizations, along with Story 727, we started 5 years ago.
Exactly.
We're entering our 5th year, and it was like a spirit that went over the city 5 years ago that gave us all intention, man. Let's tighten up. We didn't know what we was getting into, but I guess these results are showing something. But I don't want to look at the blue collar crime results, man. By being in this space, I ain't never realized we got so much white collar situations, the fraud, the mishandling of these funds, the other dynamics that's really suppressing us.
That's right.
Those are reasons why we are truly here, because we see a lot of things that's being neglected here to our peoples. Well, we don't even need to be dealing with these stats, because if we do the things right up top, we won't have to be worrying about what we're doing with these stats.
That's right.
And so I just want to drop that off. Appreciate y'all.
Man,
appreciate all the ones you named out, Q, because every one of us, we motivate each other. So with the intentions, we trying to lock hands and arms with the ones who's doing the right thing. And we want to bring back something for the next generation. All right, man. I love y'all, man. Love, peace, and happiness.
Bro.
You got Repair the Black Family.
Man,
You
this
know
out
what I
the
mean?
tonight, I need for patches. I need a refill.
Urban Drakery, they just had Coffee with Cops.
Yeah.
Like they have a lot of stuff.
I
Yeah.
had coffee with a cop and I talked about the issue that I had, and I still didn't get a satisfactory resolution. but that's it's not always about getting to the conclusion at that moment.
Yeah, first meetings.
Yes. We're building we're building a metropolis. We ain't building a house. We ain't building a building. We building a metropolis. Y'all watch Superman. What Clark Kent work? Yeah, that's what we building.
And so if you're just tuning in, you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and we're talking about the crime stats are down in St. Pete, and really just acknowledging those who have been working to do that. Because a lot of times you're right, the emphasis and the focus is on enforcement.
Yeah.
But the conversation, I think, needs to pivot and really talk about
How prevention is helping.
and how the crime prevention efforts that are being done by grassroots organizations are really making an
Hey,
impact.
and listen, this is the thing. It is a celebration moment for the city, right? We need to pop some bottles. We should have had this information on MLK Day. I don't know who doing y'all planning. I don't know who is organizing this calendar.
Right.
Y'all need to tap in. I can get you more bang for your buck. Because what I would have did, I would have presented this right before MLK Day.
Okay.
Right?
The climb
And
down.
yes, and then that would have been ignition for the celebration.
Right.
Right. And then that would have set the tone even for the officers, and even how I talked to the officers that day would have been different. You get what I'm saying? Because you have to kind of coordinate what you're trying to do, because a lot of things that's being done seems very uncoordinated. But thank you you for the work. Thank everybody, because I ain't gonna go on my soapbox.
No, that's a good point, because again, once you start, it's the way you frame it and the way you set it up. Because following up to that, I saw a post by Sharonda Davis, and her post really started a conversation around MLK and policing. And basically, the gist of it started with her post. She was raising concerns about how MLK Day events were heavily policed. According to the post, the gathering was peaceful, civil, and community focused. There was no violence, no chaos, no threats. Yet law enforcement's response was described as hostile, aggressive, and unnecessary. And in her post, she was questioning why the officers were blocking roads early, riding through the performances, taunting attendees, and escalating tensions on a day that was meant to honor peace, unity, and progress. And it also asks why similar enforcement is not seen on other large city events, especially predominantly white gatherings. So the core demand was for transparency, accountability, and answers from the city leadership. And a lot of the people who were responding to her post was talking about how it felt different, and it felt different in not a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see the disparate treatment. And so as we're talking about crime being down, the officers needed to have that brief to say, hey, man, look, y'all go out here and just chill, because crime is down.
Yeah.
These are peaceful people. These are peaceful gatherings. You don't need to be overly assertive. You need to be welcoming. If your job is traffic, then
be traffic.
Be traffic. Remember Rush Hour?
Yeah.
You know, do your Michael Jackson in the street. And
Join the party. Join the party.
And it's all right. It's one of the things where I look at it like this, man. When I was out there talking to the police, the number one thing they told me, and I would show some of the videos, but I'm not. I talked to some people. They say don't show them. But what I'm gonna do is say this: the number one thing they said why they was doing it is because they've been doing it for all these years, and they're asking me, "What's the problem, Jabbar? We've been doing this all these years. Why are you saying something?" I say, "Hey man, I'm looking at the clock. It's 1 o'clock, dog. Y'all don't know I've been clocking this.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know I've been coming here since I've been skipping school to come here, bro.
Yeah.
I'm standing on the same ground. I'm not This is nothing. This is not nothing new to me, right? And I'm telling you, this ain't right, bro. And I'm saying it. And then when I read Sharon the post, I felt validation because I ain't feel nobody else felt what I felt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of like, man, everybody used to it. They like to get whipped and changed. So okay, I'm not letting you whip me. We finna fight. Well, you better bring it. But long story short, I ain't meaning like that. But I'm saying we have to really listen to what the people saying. I really don't like how like the administration and the chief them kind of ignore us and not direct phone calls. Because like I said, I called couple of our high-ranking officials, and we had conversations that made me feel all right. It didn't help me. Like it wasn't looking for a resolution from them either. So it was all right to have these conversations, and it builds something. But the reality is, if y'all keep doing this is why 20% of St. Pete Black community has left, y'all. 30 years of roadblocks on MLK has gotten us to a gentrified South Side, and we have to see how one makes the other.
We're gonna talk about that after the break too, because the impact of Black people leaving, they taking their children with them, and that's what
closing the schools.
We talked about that. Yeah, go ahead.
And then also with this MLK, a lot of the themes that were coming up in Sharonda's post was they were comparisons to other events. People were repeatedly pointing out how other events like concerts, pride celebrations, and other large festivals, they don't appear to receive that same level of aggressive abuse.
No, people walk around with onesies on, like with everything exposed. Yeah, the opposite onesie, not a body onesie, but a genitalia onesie, right? And walk regular down the street.
There's
and
a lot
everybody
of stuff.
all right with it, and that's cool. I ain't got no problem with it. If y'all wouldn't do us like this, I probably wouldn't have mentioned it.
Yeah, and then there was other perception about bias and stereotypes. Some commenters believe that the response reflects a lingering assumption that large Black gatherings are inherently risky.
Yes.
They argue that this reinforces harmful stereotypes and undermines trust between the community and law enforcement.
And I would tell you, naturally, historically, we are peaceful people,
docile.
Like we're
manatees.
No, we really are.
Like
we really are, and so like we like to have a good time. Like when I rolled up and down 9th Street, I just was in awe, and I was like, I love our people. Yeah. Like I just love.
I love our people.
I love our people.
Everything we talk about bias. It's another thing with bias because I was on a post and I saw one of the comments, and the comment it's like this inherent idea that every business that we have is illegitimate.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yep. Like because it was actually one of the Facebook reels that we posted from the clip of the show, and in the comments, the commenter was like, "Well, you know, my experience has been that if you're a legitimate business, then the police won't bother you."
No, that's wrong.
And so you're inherently saying that because they bother me, I must be illegitimate.
And you think, they think that everybody on 9th Street who set up because you're not going through the city, that you are not operating a real business, like you're a pop-up shop. But hey, wait, listen, before you say it. And that's not necessarily true. You know what I mean? Like you have Big Love who called and he rent his spot. He does 7 days a week, and that is his spot where he at, and he run a legit business. And for you to think just because you're out there for the day,
that's another part of that bias, man. And so look, we got we're gonna cover 8 o'clock. Thank you for the time check. We'll be back about 6 or 7 minutes after the hour, and we have a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about the schools closing. There's some AG saying that they're not going to enforce race laws, all the things we're gonna talk about. We'll be back 6 or 7 minutes after the hour.
Mm-hmm.
You're an angel, little baby. Wipe all your tears away. I know it's been crazy, but keep your head up high.
Foot chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets, cause that's how we eat. Just I rap about the trap don't mean I ain't about peace.
We must stand together, all together as one. United we must stand together, fighting for each other till our race is done. United we must stand together. Under God we are one. We must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams.
Peace in the streets, love to my brothers, love to my sisters. We all need each other. Children need their mothers and they need their dads. Taking a life that don't make you bad. The fact that you do that is so sad. Pocket watching, plotting on another man's cash. Pick up a book instead of picking up a gun. Increase your knowledge and that'll increase your funds. If everyone succeeds, then crime would decrease and people would live instead of resting in peace. Unity, that's what we need. Stand up and be a positive force in the community.
We are one, we must fly to the sun every day, fight for peace, not destroying our dreams. We must stand together,
Must stand together.
all together as one.
As one people.
United we must
United
stand
we shall rise.
fighting for
And you fight for me
till our race is done.
till we see God.
United we must
United
stand
we will rise.
together.
Clap with me.
Under
Clap.
God, we
Clap.
are one.
Yes, sir.
We must
Clap.
fly to the
Clap.
sun.
G beat on the track,
Every
man, and I
day,
mean this. It's from the
fight
heart.
for peace, not destroying
Back and
our
forth to
dreams.
prison, cause my position in the ghetto is wishing. My dreams was in my hand, man, instead of so distant. Violent crimes on my record, showing judges I'm reckless. Guess they think I'm rich and young, like Young and the Restless. Every time I see a young brother rich and
Oh, hey, we're
Hey,
back.
welcome
Okay,
back.
no value. Welcome
YouTube,
back. Oh, y'all done missed a whole lot.
But don't worry, YouTube.
Yeah.
If y'all watching, press the share button. If
Mhm.
you're watching on Facebook, go to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club page, mash the 3 little buttons,
Mhm.
and then it's gonna say invite friends.
Mhm.
Mash invite friends, and then it's gonna say press all.
Yeah.
Press all.
Okay, so we're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And what we were saying is that we go back and forth a lot of times,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of love. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of love here, and I trust my
Thank you
team.
for the record.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you do the trust factor, if I had to fall back, I'm falling back on my team. I don't even have to think
Yeah.
twice about it. You know what I mean? How like sometimes you be like, what happened in other rooms when I ain't there?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to think about that. I know what my team gonna do.
That's
Hands
perfect.
down.
Thank you, Tiffany. Appreciate that. So before we get going and we pick up where we left off, we want to remind you that the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, and callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of KRFester Radio. 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliate, sponsors, or partners. We speak
Nobody.
for ourselves.
Nobody.
Yeah. Oh, and you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I am Kiana.
And I'm your brother John.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
See that?
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool. Because
Smart is
The new
gangsta,
baby.
if you don't know,
now you know. No.
Yeah.
Before the break, we were talking about the crime stats that came out. Really, the city of St. Pete has experienced some historic lows in crime, and we started making the connection between the preventative efforts that go back 5 years, comparing them to 5 years. And there was a lot of programs that were started 5 years ago.
Right.
And so being able to acknowledge the work that's being done on the community side, and not so much, that the enforcement piece. I mean, enforcement has its place, but I really wanted to highlight and acknowledge the community and the way that the community is shown.
Oh, and while you're saying that, and then we kind of branched off to Sharonda Post, which is the MLK, and we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
But y'all also did with the police coming out about the mental health.
Yeah,
No, about the mental health, and that you don't have to be so aggressive with the call program that came out.
Yep.
So there's a lot of stuff that
That's
happens.
right. 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Almost 5 years old.
So like once again, we want to roll call. Thank you, to the police, the chief, the staff, assistant chiefs, the administration, and everything. The two administrations, because we bought through two in this little kind of, because it's like 4 or 5 years. So, but also most important, not most important, because all this is the same.
No, most important.
The community advocacy.
Small T.
The community advocates.
Yeah.
Right. The organizations, because it's been a string of organizations that have this is like a tapestry, right? This is a mosaic, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of pieces that make the artwork beautiful.
Right.
And thank you to all the people, the Story 727s, right? The individuals, the E's, the Steve Moneys, the G's, you know what I'm saying? The Brother Johns, the Kianas,
the Mr. Edmonds.
Edmund.
And so, again, the conversation led us over to Sharonda's post. Shout out to Sharonda Davis. She had a lot of engagement around her post.
Yeah.
And I think it really spoke to, people's sentiment. I think that thing was shared probably 130 times. And it was really going crazy.
Hundreds of comments.
Hundreds of comments and lots of shares on it.
A lot of viewers, a lot of people watched it, didn't touch it. They just looked.
And so what we're doing is we're using that as the basis for what the people say. And
you want to call in.
And we got into, we talked about how people felt that it was different. It was not in a good way. They were making comparisons to other events. We talked about the perceptions of bias and stereotyping. But then there was also commenters who wanted to make it clear that this was not anti-police. It was pro-fairness. And so many were saying that they're
pro-fairness?
Pro-fairness.
Yeah.
Okay. Pro-fairness.
Yeah. So it's not anti-police stance. Commenters said that they support public safety, but they want consistent treatment, respect, and de-escalation, especially at peaceful events.
And I like how you say that, is because they think that because you critique or complain about something, you are against it, and that's not necessarily true. Like, I can still believe in something and disagree with how it was ran, what was done, and still do, because I will tell you, and I will personally say, like, I'll go out there, we've been talking about the MLK Day. I personally stayed away from the conversation about the parade. Right. I personally did it. And there's no secret on what happened with the parade itself. But there's also no secret that I keep on saying, like, I really believe in the parade. Right. And that I'm community. And when I showed up at the parade, people were shocked. You know what I mean? No. We went live. Right. No, but I will. So when we talk about it, I saw the lives. We talked about it. And now this is the sad part. I'm gonna say this is we talked about MLK. And we gave people the platform to call in. With all the conversations, most people stayed away from the parade.
Nobody really. And this was, if you go back to our MLK debrief on Wednesday, we invited the community to call in and share your MLK experience, and it was clear that a lot of people didn't have parade testimonies. They were mostly talking about their MLK Street, 9th Street testimony, just their experience with shopping and spending with black dollars, but they didn't really talk about the parade a lot. And so that gave way, not that nobody did, because there's been a live video, Noah Ben Israel. He's been going live and really talking about the parade because he was a part of the team that was doing the Dream Big parade,
right?
And so he had some feedback
and I had some problems with what he said. So let me can I jump in first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me tell you. So I listened to it. I heard him, and he had some points. He had some valid points, but some of it I didn't agree with. Now I know Trevor came in, and he's a part of the new. And he was a part of the old.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Right. And I will
legacy.
And this is what you want. Now, what I will tell you with the old, when he said unify, let's work together, I will tell you this parade, once it hands off to somebody else, historically, your first year is gonna be the hardest. It's your first year. Yeah. You're not gonna, I don't care how excited you are, you're gonna come into hurdles that you didn't expect because it's your first year, right? And what I would have liked is that the old team played a little bit more.
A little more hands-on.
Like if you know that you have these hurdles, and if you really believe in the parade in this city, you put your egos aside and you come in and you like, hey, this is what it is. I'm not saying they did or they didn't, but on that that live, that was clear that there was, a little tension.
Okay.
Right.
And it wasn't as smooth a handoff as we would like to have happen with our legacy events.
Right.
It usually isn't because a lot of our events are used to divide us, right? To pick winners and losers. Like this is a strategy, and oftentimes we play right into it. I had my issue with the parade, and one of the reasons I buried the hatchet about it because I seen the division that it was making. I seen that the parade was preventing us from putting together a cohesive economic and economic and social agenda in our community because of that one day. So many people, so many relationships fractured. Many people don't like each other only because of what they did on MLK. And I seen myself fall into that trap. And I stepped back. I said, whoa, this guy was my mentor. I was looking up to him. And I'm going to continue. Yeah. And I went back to start working with him. I went back to help and keep being a part because I was like, no, this ain't right. And it wasn't. Yeah. It was something in the water. Yeah. Right. And I was glad I didn't blast and do all the things because when the truth came out, it was what my mentor told me. Yeah. It was exactly what he said. But he didn't throw them under the bus. So he didn't tell me really what really happened. Yeah. He kept some information from me, but the reality is I got the other side of the story and I was like, dang, he did something solid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's MLK. So y'all, let's not fall out.
You shouldn't. But sometimes, so listen, you shouldn't, but sometimes you do and sometimes it's valid. Yeah. So let me tell you that. I mean, no, because we're going to stand on business with it. Yeah. And I will tell you is that it took a long time for me to completely walk away because of my heart being in this city and in this. Now, another thing, a lot of people keep on talking about the timeline when the transition happened. Okay. So let's kind of break this down for you. The RFP
from the Dream Big to the
right. Dream. So listen, from my understanding, because I wasn't in that conversation, they told the old organization that they were going to put a RFP out. Yeah. Right. The old organization did not apply
to get the
response. They did not apply. Okay. So regardless of so before we be like,
hey. I hear that. So but yeah, because there's this thing like they took it from this, that's the framing of the language.
But it's in the water. It's in the water.
Frame it when you say okay, they took it from this group and gave it to the other group. What
but it's in the water.
The process. I mean, again, how you interpret it is how you interpret it, right?
Right.
But the process is, hey, y'all, we're going to put this thing out to a bid, and we're accepting requests for proposals. Everybody has the same opportunity to bid.
Even the old.
And the legacy group chose not to put in.
And let me tell you, and they knew. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And before you say that, they knew about it because there's people in their team that they asked. to do it. So this wasn't no quiet thing that the old team did not know that this was happening. And we're not finna sit up there and act. And they chose not to, regardless of your pride and where you stand and feel like it's wrong, they chose not to apply. But
and
go
all
ahead.
I'm gonna say is, like, the detail is in the fine print, and we know how municipalities operate, and specifically the municipality we talking about. This ain't being the most friendly municipality to the black community, the black cause, and black people.
Okay.
Right? Some of the things that you feel is the process is actually racism.
Yeah.
It's actually codified racism. And when we don't acknowledge that in all aspects, we are doing ourselves a disservice, because the reality is they written racism into the laws here. It's in the policies and practices, big P and little P. And what they got to do with it? Because you're talking about little P policy. See what it got to do with it? Little P policy is decided in a room, and people talk about it with each other and come out with the policy. And that's what that was. And no matter what way we feel about it, who knew what, when they knew it, these policies are used against us every day. And just know it.
And so I want to be clear. So are you saying that racism is what stopped the legacy group from applying and responding to this request for proposal?
I say yes, it's a tool of systematic racism. Yes.
Okay. That makes no sense to me. I'm just gonna say that. But I will tell you.
There was an opportunity for them to apply. They chose not.
And they chose not.
Saying they didn't apply.
Systematic racism. It's
so I mean, so you can't, and the only reason
and
why
social, systematic structure and social.
And I'm only gonna say you can't use it when you don't put your name in the hat.
But that's what racism say too. No. They say it didn't happen if you ain't write it down.
That's different.
No, that's the same thing. That's what racism does.
Okay.
It makes it make sense. And then you can talk and say it makes sense. That's the perfection of racism.
So
that's how they did it.
So I just want to be clear. So if you say, okay, here's an opportunity.
Yes.
And we're going to open this up
for you.
Yeah. For the community.
Yeah.
And anybody who wants to apply can apply.
Yeah.
Me not applying is structural racism. I'm trying to make the connection to, like,
me too.
Yes.
Because so if I have an opportunity to put my name in the hat and I choose,
I say it again. Yes.
And I choose not to put my name in the hat. That is, I didn't put my name in the hat because of racism. I'm having trouble.
Yes, because how systematic and structural and social racism works. Mm-hmm. Some of the biggest things we do is disqualify ourselves by not coming in. Okay. It's just like the electoral process. So hold on. That's just like City Hall. Just because I ain't come in and talk about MLK on Thursday, don't mean it didn't happen. That don't mean I didn't throw my name in the hat, right? But the reality is, it still happened, and something wrong still happened.
And what I'm saying is, you still had the opportunity to go to City Hall and talk about it. And me choosing not to go in there and talk about it, I'm trying to see how that is systematic.
Yeah, that's a part of it. Yeah, no, but hold on.
Wait, listen to him.
For me to go in, and I choose not to go in, I'm trying to make the connection between my choice and systematic racism.
And I'm going to tell you, yes, your choice not to go in is a part of systematic and structural and social racism. See, you shorten it. I'm expanding it. Okay. Systematic, structural, and social racism. Google each one of them individually.
Okay.
And then look at the scenarios and situations that we face daily, and you will see yourself in it.
Okay.
There's been rooms you self-selected and didn't walk into that you had the opportunity to. And you know what? You didn't do it because you didn't want to do it because the situation didn't matter. That ain't why you ain't walk in, because the situation mattered to you and it was important to you. But guess what? The structure that was put against you kept you out the door. It's so many people standing out there right now at the steps of City Hall and never walked in.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? When we did the MLK, that was the largest group of black citizens to walk in and speak. You thought it was the sanitation march.
Yeah.
You thought it was the MLK, because you know why? Because we kind of did something different. Thank you. I love it. I see what you're saying too. Now I talk myself off the head.
Because eventually you do get there.
But everything ain't for everybody, so we can't paint that with a brush.
No, but what I'm saying is like when you say that, you have to be in the game.
Yeah.
to be like, this is what happened.
They gotta be there.
Anything else, that's just like,
That's
I
what
think
they
I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna tell my mama what happened because you're already pre-planning your punishment and what's gonna happen. I'm gonna, like, you know how, like, I'm not gonna tell you what happened. I need your help, but I'm not gonna say nothing because I'm already predicting the outcome.
Yeah.
But then when I walk in there, the outcome ain't even what I thought it was. It was even better, but we have to put ourselves in there.
And I think there's a place for apathy in this conversation.
Yeah.
And apathy, the way I understand it, is when you don't think that you can do anything about it and nothing can be done about it, and so you just accept it. And so I think that that's a part of what happens with this structural racism too.
Mhm.
And you just get to a place where it's like, okay, well, that's just the way that it is. I met with as we were doing the city, we were doing the CRA report,
Mhm.
and we were meeting with city council members, and we were talking about how gentrification and signs of gentrification is happening it's like mid-stage gentrification, basically. Looking at the numbers, looking at the data, and one of the responses was, well, that's just, you just can't do nothing about that. You can't stop it. And so that is a part of the structure, but it's a part of that mindset. So that's why I was asking, is this structural or is it internal? And I think it's a combination of both, because sometimes we internalize that oppression without realizing that you internalized oppression, and now we start making excuses, and we can't make excuses and progress at the same time.
So and I agree with that. I just want to add that that's part of the plan of structural and social racism, for people to go into apathy. And if you want to see proof of that, look at 2025 plan, and they explicitly talk about going into these institutions and making people quit. Explicitly, that's the plan. They put it in words. Make them quit and run from the job and never come back. And that's how we're going to take over. We ain't going to have to fire them.
They said,
I heard that. I tweaked it, but that was like all I could do.
Okay, gotcha.
And
try this one and see if it works different.
And the apathy is and never should be discounted or disqualified, because it is actually a tool that is one of the buttons that's pressed when you've been pushed down so much. When I was talking about the police, what the person, dog, listen, I swear to God, when I talked to the police, I went across the road to talk to the other police. I looked back, I took a picture of that too. And the dudes who were standing there hearing me talk to the police, standing there with the police laughing and pointing at me like I'm a fool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, I'm saying it ain't a group. And first thing I said to myself, that's apathy. He lost. He don't see how they're setting it up, so you ain't gonna be there next year, Turkey, or the year after. They don't see the progressive steps, because we've been policed through fear. Our grandparents, our moms, they all were scared. They were scared of us. They were scared of the crackheads. They were scared of the epidemics. They were scared of the dope boys. They begged the police to put us in jail. They made the school to prison pipeline. Now those kids are grown. I am one of the youngest in the school to prison pipeline, right? The official one, because when they say it started 92, 93, right? So I'm probably, the oldest. I was on the first bus.
And so if y'all tuning in now, you listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams. It's Freestyle Friday, and the lines are open. If you want to give us a call, you can give us a call at 727-637-2416. Share your thoughts.
We did have a caller, but it messed up, so you got to call back if you want to.
We got some subjects. Go.
Yeah, no, I wanted to talk about this too, because we mentioned it briefly on Wednesday, and I got a little more data about what's happening with these Pinellas County schools proposing to close down and consolidate. And so Pinellas County school officials have unveiled recommended school closures and consolidations as part of a major planning effort aimed at addressing long-term enrollment declines. So here's what's happening. The district data shows that the number of students enrolled in Pinellas County schools has dropped by tens of thousands over the last 20 years, shrinking by roughly 30,000 students since 2006. What's on the table right now is Cross Bayou Elementary, which is in Pinellas Park. It's being proposed to close at the end of this school year, with students being rezoned to nearby schools. Also, Distant Academy. I actually took a tour out at Distant and spent some time over there when I was on council. Gulfport. They're recommended for closure, with programs and students being moved to other alternative education sites. And then there's consolidations and expansions of other schools that may be combined or reconfigured, including repurposing underused spaces for things like employee child care or K-8.
I don't like it.
And so basically what this means for families, the plan is the aim, they're saying that the aim of this plan is to save millions of dollars annually by reducing building maintenance costs and operating more efficiently. But some parents and community members are pushing back, especially around the closures like Cross Bayou Elementary, where families say program support services are highly valued. So yeah, some of the reasons that they were giving as to why these were chosen, why these particular schools were chosen, they said that they were not random and they were not based on test scores, because a lot of the things that people say, oh, they closing the schools that's failing, the district said that's not the case. They said that they used a multi-factor analysis that looked at buildings, students, and long-term costs. And so there's enrollment versus capacity is one of the issues. Basically saying that for the school operating, if the school is operating between 40 and 60% full, those buildings were flagged, because empty classrooms still cost money. You still got to heat them, you still got to cool them, you got to maintain them, and these classrooms are empty. So if a school was built for 700 students, but it only has 300, it becomes very expensive per student to run. Also, the conditions of the building were talked about. Older schools that have high repair and maintenance costs were also prioritized. Proximity to other schools was another factor. Schools located near other campuses with available space were more likely to be recommended. This allows students to be rezoned without long commutes. And then there was some schools that had some program duplication and other things like that as well. And so, yeah.
Somebody say it's too expensive for some of us to live here.
No,
Thank you for the start.
That's the contributing factor, because so many people been leaving. If you take 50, 60,000 people and take 10% of that, that's 12,000 people.
Yeah.
And out that 12,000, let's say 11,000 is adults, and say 9,000 is kids. And
20 years, 30,000 students. It had, decrease in 30,000 students in 20 years.
Yeah, it's serious, because I honestly feel that, I want to talk about, did we look at all the options? Did we look at curving some of the payrolls at the Taj Mahal?
Okay.
Did we look at some of them $200,000 clerical aides and assistants that can be reduced? Or I don't know. Like I say, I want to.
What about the lottery money?
Man, forget the lottery. They just robbed black people.
And they say the Florida lottery was sold to voters with a promise that the lottery was going to help pay for schools. And
Yeah.
Man, who is the lottery CEO?
Yeah.
Look, watch this. Who is the lottery CEO? Who? See.
So this is what they said. So the reality in plain terms, what the lottery does, lottery dollars do go to education. However, they help fund Bright Future scholarships, some school construction, and then education trust fund. But what it doesn't do, it does not add new money on top of what lawmakers would have already spent anyway. So instead, the lottery money often replaces general revenue. So it's basically shifting money from one pocket to the other.
Yeah.
So it's not new money. It's money that was already allocated. They're saying, well, because the lottery is here, we can use the lottery money and then move that money to another place within the system, but it's not adding revenue to the school system. And so, yeah. So what y'all think, man? If lottery money was meant to strengthen public schools, why are the public schools still underfunded, and why are these public dollars flowing now into private education?
Well, I will tell you, I don't think anything is done unintentional, right? You see this. I can't even talk. We see the decrease of people of the public school system, and I mean they want you to go to the private sector.
Yeah.
Right. You're seeing where even the government is pushing and opening up. So a lot of the public school dollars are going to the private sector. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay with you going to private school too, right? Like because every fit ain't a good fit for you.
Yeah.
But you can have better public school systems if you invested in it. Right. So wherever you invest at, wherever you're pouring into, you're going to see it blossom. And if you leave it, you'll see the decline in it. Go ahead, Yubi.
Hey, how y'all doing? Good morning. I'm just saying that a lot of the school thing is they move into school of choice, and a lot of people is homeschooling, and also we went to them private schools or the charter schools.
Right.
So that's becoming the issue where people saying, hey, the public school failed my kids, so I'm not going to send them there.
Right. And there's funding,
And then-
and there's incentives for that under that Step Up for Students
through this program.
Yeah.
And then the lottery money, you're right, that's one pocket from the other, but the other thing is they cupping the tax dollars because they not decreasing the property tax money that they getting the revenue from the property taxes. They steady increasing that and cupping that money,
Yeah.
but using the lottery money as a subsidiary and say, hey, this is what we gave to the school. So the school really underfunded.
Right. But thank you.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it is. And but I will tell you, be careful with your charter schools and stuff like that because they're not regulated like the public school system.
Mhm.
But that's good for some
No,
people.
but some people it's not. You have people that's teaching that never got educated.
But-
No, I'm not saying that.
Public school is bad for people.
It's for
That's why
some.
anybody
some.
with some all right skills can. I ain't saying I'm knocking public schools, but I'm saying for some people, public schools are very, very bad.
Yeah.
It's a reality. Like for black little boys. Come on, man.
Well, I will tell you this.
I can tell you some horror stories.
I went to public school. I went to private school, right? I went to fundamental school. I did little special programs, and I went listen, I didn't switch a lot. Like I went to the same middle school, like the same elementary the whole time. And middle school is where you see a little bit diversity, and then I went to the same high school, right? But I will tell you, I went to Catholic school. I went to private school, and the stuff that they did in Catholic school, I never saw in the public school system.
Okay. Yeah.
I never there's some things that I would never even talk about. They gave the teacher toilet bowl water.
Yeah. Some Sister Act type stuff. Yeah.
Right, for real in the
Yeah.
school, some stuff that we wouldn't have never thought of. So I mean,
Yeah.
the public school system can be bad, but there's problems in everywhere that you go. And if you got a teacher that's been molesting and doing all this other stuff, you don't got no background check because a lot of times those schools don't follow the same criteria.
Yeah.
The criteria, you're opening up a can of worms that you might not want.
Yeah, I hear that. And I mean, like I said, it's pluses and deltas.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's regular school too.
So with the Step Up for Students, it actually what that program does is it administers state-funded scholarships and it allows families to use public education dollars for private schools, tutoring, therapies, homeschooling as well, and then hybrid education. And so, again, it has its pluses and deltas. In some instances, those who advocate for it, they say that it relieves overcrowding. When students leave and go to private schools, that means smaller class sizes, less strain on teachers, and we also get more individualized education in public schools. It also gives families the immediate options. If your student is stuck in an underperforming or what they call unsafe schools, the scholarships can provide you a way out so that you can leave and go actually take advantage of some of the other options. And then students with special needs. These scholarships have been demonstrated to really show support for students who have special needs because they can get customized service, they can get access to therapies that public schools may struggle to provide. But then the other side of that coin is that it drains operating revenue, is what they're saying. When students leave, the funding leaves with them. And so that's when you start getting into the building costs, the transportation costs, and it impacts the public school budget, which is your point about the investment, right?
But I will tell you this. I'm one of them people too. You got to do what's best for your child,
Yeah.
right?
Amen.
Like public school, private school, home school. Because we did public school, we did private school, and we did homeschool. Again, I did it all, right? So I'm not against whatever it is that's gonna make it best. And then honestly, I'm okay with pulling our children out and creating our own schools and giving them what they need. So this ain't necessarily a bad thing because again, like Black history is taken out there, and it shouldn't be just taught in February, and it shouldn't just be taught. Right.
What you want to teach.
And right. And you pour in positivity and not the negativity. Even so, I'm with it all, right? What I will tell you, this does give us an opportunity. Don't look at it as a bad thing. This gives us an opportunity to shape and mold what we want this to look like for our children in the future.
But if you in apathy, then it's the end of the world. You have to have a proactive mindset. You know what I'm saying? So we right back to did you throw your name in the hat or not? Yeah. This is a more sophisticated version of that same conversation.
Yeah, do you wake up and just sit them in there and pray for the best, or do you really have hands-on engagement to say, you know what, they're not foreman.
Let me, yeah.
I'm going to explore some of these other options to do what's best.
And this is something, and I'm going to tell you that's always the argument.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to take everybody to freedom. Everybody ain't gonna want to leave out the project. Everybody don't want to get off food stamps. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody don't want to get a job. Everybody don't want generational wealth. And the people who don't, leave them where they at.
Oh man!
Because you can tell them that's like I'm sorry.
Push me in apathy right there.
Like I'm just saying, like you can't, like you're gonna give your speech, right?
Yeah.
And the people who want to follow you gonna follow you, and even though you would love for the rest of them, but honestly, no, leave them where they at, because one bad apple spoils a bunch. You get people in there that don't believe in the vision, then they start to change everybody's opinion about something great. Sometimes
But if they come in, see that's. I think you just mentioned two different dynamics, because you have some people who refuse to come in at all, but then you got people who come in and they disagree with the vision. So the fact that they came in is a step, because you got some people who won't even walk through the door. So when you walk in the door and now you disagree, I can work with that, because we can work through disagreements, but you have to be able to take the first step. And so that's the other part of that process.
But what about the people that's agitators and just came in to destroy?
Oh, that's a whole other
thing. But that's what but if you so like listen, so if I came in and this is my vision. So if you coming in Kiana's world, this is the vision, right? And the first thing you do is disagree with the vision. Why are you here?
Because they might see something that you don't see. Because as a visionary, there's things that you see and there's blind spots that you have.
Well, you talking that talk.
But that's not.
You talking that talk.
If you're not open to look and say, you know what, I didn't consider that. I didn't think of that.
But that's not disagreeing with the vision. They're saying, hey, I got your back. Did you see this? Mm-hmm. That's a difference than disagreeing. Like say, hey, like, yo, this is
shows up in different ways.
It does.
You talk about agitation and people like you talked about intention. You said when people intentionally come in to destroy,
right?
That's a different thing. But when people come in because they believe in it and then they see something that can be better, we have to be open to hear that. But when you start noticing a pattern, like every time we trying to do something, you get in the way of it or you causing a problem. Now we got to handle you different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I consider that as constructive criticism, right?
And constructive means it's building you, helping you.
Right.
But when you got criticism just for the sake of criticism,
now we got a problem.
You know what I mean? But you pay attention to them because they keep you on your toes as well.
Yeah, they do.
Another one of the things that I saw in the news was this property tax conversation, y'all.
Right around the schools.
It also tied to the school system and what's happening with that. And so while a lot of attention has been put on the cultural and legal battles in Tallahassee, the state of Florida is also having some major conversations about property taxes. Many residents don't really realize how much power the state has over what we pay in property taxes, even though the taxes are collected locally. So right now, the Florida legislature and state leaders are debating changes to the system. Some of the proposals that are moving forward include putting a cap or reducing property tax growth, shifting more costs to local governments, potentially eliminating certain property taxes altogether, or replacing them with different types of taxation. You got people who are supporting the ideas. They say that it would provide relief to homeowners who are facing rising bills due to higher price values. And then the critics are saying that cutting property taxes without replacing revenue could deeply affect funding for public schools, public safety, libraries, roads, and infrastructure. And so what we want to know, y'all, is how you feeling about this property tax debate? Are y'all paying attention to it? Are you aware of what's happening with that? Because this is going to be a big thing that's going to impact a lot of people. You paying attention to it, and if so, what you're seeing?
No, I think so a lot of things that they said to help us always end up kind of hurting us. Because it's something I like, you know what I mean? Because it ain't elimination of property taxes. The single family homeowner will benefit tremendously, especially like here in Tampa, in St. Pete. The corporations have bought all the properties, or a large majority of the properties. So a lot of the tax base will still be in shape. I think, just how politics work, they got to be against everything that come out the other side, whether it helps us or not. And then you have to use your own discernment, you know what I mean? Because, I done seen people lose their stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because of the taxes. And then there's some people who never had to worry about that.
Yeah.
Never even thought about it. It's always paid. Forget about it.
Yeah.
But for that person or that family, that changes their reality. I want the city codes and the city of St. Pete to do like an amnesty for, homeowners. So why not want state do it? You get what I'm saying? If the state do it, now I'm mad because it's DeSantis. But if I ask, our administration to do it, it's a good idea, or it still might be a bad idea. But no matter which way, it still help the people at the bottom. Yeah. And what people worried about is because your house worth $100,000 and his house worth $1 million. So now the millionaire ain't got to pay on his $1 million house, and you ain't got to pay on your $100,000 house. They feel it's a disproportionate gift to the rich person.
Okay.
Right. But when you're thinking about value, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about money on that aspect. But what is it worth to that lady?
Yeah.
What is it worth to that family? That $100,000 house is like a mansion to their family.
That's right.
It's like a mansion to them. But since you don't value them, you can't even see that. All you can see is what the millionaire doing. And then you sell me that idea and know what? That sound right. And now we all behind it. But the reality is we got to consider like a lot of people have lost a lot of wealth, through the taxation process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is that a lot of the leaders that are talking about it, they're saying the cities and the counties are warning that without a replacement funding for these, a lot of the everyday services will be cut. And so
they won't cut jobs. See, they ain't say they won't cut their salary.
Yeah.
See, they ain't say they won't cut the pork barrel spending. They go straight to your services because they know who they talking to.
Okay.
See, this is a derived message.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? You can cut a lot of more things before you cut services.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all don't never talk about that. Nobody never talk about the $250,000 we paying that turkey to sit over there. $20,000 a month. He ain't did nothing all month. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it might need to be a tightening of the belt. We might need to pull up our britches. You too big for your britches. Remember they used to say that?
You too big for your
Pull your britches up, man.
So yeah, y'all keep your eyes open. It's some bills that's moving through Tallahassee right now. There's different iterations of what it looks like, and there's even conversations about putting it on the ballot as an amendment that the voters decide. I also saw that there was, I don't know if we talked about this, but doctors and fire officials have issued repeated warnings about dangerous, life-threatening trend, often referred to as a fire challenge. It's going around social media platforms like TikTok, where teens are setting their hands on fire
with
lighters. And Mr. Evan, you mentioned this too. I don't know if it was on air, off air when we talked about it, but we used to do that too.
Man, everybody.
And it was dumb when you did it then, and
alcohol on your head and light your hand on fire.
it was dumb when you did it then, and it's dumb when you do it now. Like
That's what they're doing now. And they burning themselves up all the way.
I don't care what you.
Come on, you never put your hand on fire?
No.
Yeah, man. That's how they would get us.
That's how you used to get
That's how they used to get us, Brother John.
That's fine.
Bro, that's how they used to get us.
And you know what?
Bro.
That's fine, because I won't get burned, right? And then you know what? It is, but
they say like, I guess the thing that they're using is really because it's a trend and everybody ain't as skilled in how to do it.
Yeah, you can burn up.
Yeah, and I guess the one particular incident that they highlighted was where the bottle itself exploded. And so, you too close to the bottle, it lit this and then boom.
I'll tell you another one.
you know what? Everybody's looking. You know what? Also, like we did do, and it's stupid stuff, right? Yeah. But what they have that we didn't have is social media and the go viral moments, and everybody's trying to push the envelope to go even further so that you can get more views and likes than up.
I'm gonna let my whole arm.
Now I'm finna put alcohol on my hand. I'm still gonna have
it. They were doing that in the shower. I remember they were doing that. Light yourself on.
And remember when they was doing the choke you and then no.
And this back to that reward thing I was talking about with your brain.
Yeah.
Because when your brain gets a reward, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like guaranteed memory or guaranteed you'll do it. Mm-hmm. So that's why when we scrolling, you get what I'm saying? We see that joke and we get it and we like it and we get that reward, that small little thing. It's training our brain, and kids are very susceptible to what they scrolling and liking.
Mhm.
See, this is a what they call it. It's hand-eye motor coordination,
Okay.
and so it's part of brainwashing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because I'm scrolling up, my eyes going up, right, and then my motor skills to touch and pluck, and then also in my brain,
Yeah.
it's doing things.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
That's
saying?
discovery. They designed it.
Exactly.
There's actually a lawsuit that was just recently settled that says that these things are designed to be addictive. How many times have you told yourself, "Let me get off the hill"?
I'm hooked. I'm telling you, I got an addiction. I'm
You
hooked.
tell yourself, "Man, let me get off the hill. Let me put this thing down."
I'm hooked.
And then you look up and it's 30 minutes later and you still scrolling. It's
Watching reels.
It's designed, for that.
The-
And so be mindful. I actually got a whole thing on how to break your social media addiction. I'm gonna actually upload it at some
You
point.
need to, man. I just uploaded my story about it's titled. You can go on my LinkedIn page on Jabbar Edmond. And it's titled "The Business of Barricades." MLK Day in St. Petersburg. Part 1. I just uploaded part 1 while we've been here sitting and talking,
Okay.
because I said that I got ways to communicate. I've been reading and studying, writing essays, dissertations, and thesis,
Yeah.
right? And I said that I got something to say, and I'm gonna say it.
Right on.
You gonna get this work. You gonna get this work, man. You gonna get this
That's
work,
so
dog.
funny.
I put that on
So
everything.
we do have time for Ask Kiana.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go ahead. Let's run.
All right, Ask Kiana. Ask Kiana is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op, OCGC.coop. It sounds familiar, like we might have had something like this before.
Okay.
So, dear Kiana,
Mhm.
it ain't funny, but it's kind of funny. I was out at the club with my husband when a guy disrespected me. Before I could fully process what was happening, my husband stepped in to defend me. Things escalated fast. He ended up getting knocked out.
Oh no, and she ain't helping.
Literally. Now I'm carrying a lot of guilt. I keep replaying that night in my head, wondering if I could have said something differently, walked away sooner, or done something to help him. He says it's not my fault, but I still see it funny, but it ain't. I still feel responsible, emotionally and mentally.
got the man drop.
My question is, how do you deal with guilt when someone you love gets hurt trying to protect you? And how do you move forward without letting that moment change how you see yourself or your relationship?
First of all, it shouldn't change your relationship. One, because you want the person that you with to step up and defend you. And I do believe sometimes men need to handle men.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And if a man disrespect you, and he might have caught your man off guard, even though he said he didn't think that.
You
he was
already
gonna-
picking up for him.
but I'm finna tell you, I'm the type. Now, this is me.
Yeah.
Like, you swing on mine, and he about to lose.
You gonna bop him.
We in it together. So either we both knocked out.
So it ain't nothing to feel bad about after.
Either we both knocked out, babe.
He was a good one. But the next one better be good as him.
Listen, Listen.
Bite him. Did you bite him?
Right. We'll be in bed nursing our stuff together. Man, they got us on this. You got steak. I got a steak. We both got steaks on us. Man, they did it. Next time we're gonna next time we both finna get pepper spray. Cause you know we
Taser and something, baby. Go get the gun.
No,
Baby.
no.
So that's what you do. What Kiana's saying is you take your lumps and learn.
Yeah.
Cause you're not. No, but listen, you're not the
Go
bad.
get your license,
I will
baby.
tell you this.
Training.
No, but for real is that you got to realize I don't care how big and bad you is, you can't win every battle. But what I do want to do is I want to feel protected and know that like somebody got my back.
Right.
Regardless if we get knocked out, you got my back.
Yeah, that's what Tracy said. Both knocked out.
Yeah, respect, but no, but he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
A man
You know what I'm
disrespected
saying?
you.
He's supposed to
He's
took his
like,
lick now.
no, yo.
He did his thing now.
Got knocked out. Literally.
And he probably, and what happened
He
is
took his lick, literally.
because you know what, mature people.
You ain't call the police or nothing.
No, but you know what? Mature people think like when you see some disrespect, you think that if a man step in like, yo, like this me, like chill, bro, you went too far. You think there might be some words and people walk away. This is a mature mindset. But if you're dealing with somebody that doesn't, right? And he do, and you like, yo, bro, like just chill. This my lady. You think people go, oh my bad, like but the next thing you know, if I say chill, bro, and you just touch me, I'm talking to you. So yeah, I might get knocked out. Oh, you did. So now, since you called my man, I gotta catch you too. Like, don't. Yeah. So you punch when I see the punch, now I got to punch too, and now I might get knocked out. But believe me, I'm going swinging, and hopefully he get enough time to get up so he can come behind me.
So that's in the moment. So the question she's asking is, how do I deal with the guilt? Trying to protect you.
How you get past the?
But with this one, there's no guilt at this. He did what he so like. He did no. He did what he was supposed to do.
That lady can't never forget her man laid out like he sleep.
So now every time they go somewhere,
she just see him laid.
She gonna be like this.
She's traumatized.
Like when you drive, you hit the brakes and you put that hand over there. Like, nah, don't worry about it, baby.
Maybe you got a glass shield.
All right, so you got a glass shield. So you know what you do if you guilty, y'all go sign up for a boxing class.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? Like make it work. Like okay, they caught us off this time. But no, never again.
Yeah.
Come on, we going to Taekwondo. We doing something like you know.
What if he just ain't got it? What if just fighting just ain't his thing?
Because it was the moments in the hood that had
fight,
big heart.
But fight, you listen, fight just ain't his thing.
Okay.
I literally got some homeboys. I be saying when they be, I remember they used to be never scared, but always get wood.
But they got hard.
You know, people like
ain't won there. Ain't won. Ain't win.
Yeah, because they got hard.
That's why they want to fight all the time.
They never win.
Yeah, because that last one, I'm gonna get you for all of them.
Get you this time.
And I'm
lose again.
Like,
raging. Now you just a raging bull.
Like, you know, you can't fight, but you always want to fight.
So if that's your man, if that's your man, you already know you're gonna lose. So why you feel guilty? No, you
got a cupcake.
No,
you got a cupcake.
No, it's not a cupcake. No, he ain't no cupcake. He just no skill. He gonna defend you, but you know y'all gonna lose. So be prepared.
Oh, so he a milk dud.
No, it's funny because I see some of them now and they social media and I'm like, well, I remember you. I remember you. You know you can't fight.
But it is my like, but they still. They don't care, but they're gonna defend. That's the pride that you have. Like I might get whooped, but you ain't gonna disrespect me.
That's right. I be thinking like that too. I don't care what you gonna do. What you gonna do? Yeah, that's
but
you gotta come with it.
But and I can respect that person because at the end of the day, he's not gonna let you just come in. I might lose the fight, baby.
Yeah.
You know I'm finna lose, but listen,
stand back, baby.
Yeah,
call the ambulance. Do what you did last time.
Call Ray and Boo Boo right now because I need my back up.
Go down.
Ray and Boo Boo stop coming because it's like, man, you always get in and stuff.
That's right.
So that's the time we left, I want to make some announcements.
Okay, go for it. Let's go.
And so we want to invite you to join Neighborhood Wellness Park, Childs Park Neighborhood Association. We have a monthly gathering that brings neighbors together for movement, connection, and better health.
Yes.
The walk is happening tomorrow at the Childs Park Neighborhood Association. Childs Park Recreation Center. We do that the fourth Saturday of every month at 9 a.m. and we put neighbors back in the hood one step at a time. So join us, y'all. Come out, connect with your neighbors, and be a part of it.
Is it proper if I bring coffee?
Yeah, bring it. Just don't bring donuts. Because it's a healthy.
So I bring bagels.
Yeah, there you go.
I done had some vegan donuts.
Healthy food options. If you bring them at all. But yeah, 9 o'clock tomorrow. We're doing the neighborhood wellness walk, moving together.
Yes, come on. I'm be there.
And then also we want to remind you that we want to show some love and show up for Big C's Barbecue as a part of the Black Money Movement, putting dollars to work where it really matters, supporting Black-owned business and strengthening our local economy. This will be February 7th, Big C's Barbecue at 12 o'clock. That's 1039 Dr. Martin Luther King Street South. Pull up hungry, bring your cash, and be ready to support. It's the Cash Mob as a part of the Black Money Movement. And then also the One Community Grocery Co-op, y'all. We are continuing our launch and our drive. And so if you'd like to be a part of this milestone and really continue to see this vision and mission come to fruition, sound like Jesse Jackson.
Vision and mission come to
fruition. Join the co-op today. You can go to ocgc.coop. Go to ocgc.coop, and then of course we want to give a shout out to the Real Youth Alliance for the Youth Economic Conference. It's their 3rd annual Youth Economic Conference, and it's on January 31st. I want to say I had a flyer here. I'm trying to find it.
It is
from 3 to 5, and it's going to be at Enoch Davis Center. So y'all make sure that y'all pull up and participate as well.
That's
all I got.
Oh man, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, everybody. Great show. We got a lot of good things coming up. Big shots out, Brother John. Thank you. The Neighborhood is Strong. Who got next? Pathways, the power training was a huge success. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna do some more trainings with the Neighborhood is Strong, Charles Park Collective.
all right. Well, listen, people, if you got people in Georgia, check on them. They about to get hit with a blizzard. So it's supposed starting today, tomorrow, 2-day blizzard out there. The city supposed to be shut down. It's a mess up there. So check on your people if you know anybody.
Prayers up.
Yeah. So be the change you want to be and see. Write down those 5 things. Stay tuned for Sister Hugh.
Blue shoes and shot all around the house.
This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Kiana.
And I'm one and only Mr. Edmund.
We out.
Bing bing.